Dude, you be posting some awesome screenshots next.
That's I. You know, it's funny. I feel like you have a lot of influence in my content strategy because I tried to do like the value-driven content, and I was so bored. And now that I just do insight content, it's so fun because I just like
I know,
screenshot
right?
I just screenshot my analytics, and I'm like, banger. Like I don't have to actually put out effort into like I just started writing. You should see my drafts. Actually, let's read my drafts. It'd be hilarious. It'll be hilarious. Let's compare my drafts to my actual content.
I love how your posts are just like screenshots, and you're like, "What's the insight here?" The insight here is that I'm the man.
Yeah. And I started running. I literally got more inbound leads in April / the end of March than I have all year because I just started ripping screenshots. Oh man, my drafts are hilarious. So my drafts, right? Let's see. 6 features on X you need to know about. 1, timestamps. 2, delegate account, and then I just quit. Next. 10 must follow X accounts if you want to build a personal brand that doesn't suck.
What the fuck, dude?
We generated 4 billion impressions in the last 11 months using 5 content pillars, and then I just stopped. It was pesto, but I'm just like, let me just try this, and then this is my actual content. Yo, screenshot with 77 million impressions and 19,000 new followers.
There's an important distinction to be made here. When do you give value and when do you give insight? And I had a mental model that cleared it for me. It gave me a lot of peace. Has somebody given you more than $1? If so, value and insight. Has somebody not given you money, then only insight, they don't get value. So what's the difference? Value is showing people what to do, instead of showing people where to look. You, on the drafts, you were showing people what to do. Use the timestamps and highlights and whatnot. So people can take that and go, thank you, Marcos. I'm going to use that. I'll implement, get back to you. And there probably won't. Whereas insight is showing people where to look. You showed that, hey, X is not that. It's getting crazy amounts of impressions, right? Or maybe you did another one. You sometimes you quote tweet videos of somebody else. It's not because maybe you're interested in that topic, but because you want to show people where to look. Hey, video is a good idea, which, by the way, we do for our clients. Do you want a video strategy? Hit me up.
Yeah.
Insight show people where to look because it creates a gap. When it creates a gap, it relieves tension because they're like, oh, this is an answer. I can find it here. You tell people where the treasure is, but if they want to go there, they got to get paid for the tour guide.
You know what I realized too? It's like, it's super fundamental basics. It's just like, I realize what I'm selling. I'm not selling tactics on how to grow on X because the people who are buying from me don't give a fuck about the tactics. They just want the results. So I realize I'm not selling tactics, and I'm also not selling writing, and I'm also not selling like how to be a cool content creator. I'm selling the platform X, and I'm selling results. So the way to get people onboarded into my product is I am actually just want to promote X as a platform and promote content as a mechanism to make money. Like you're not selling insight-based emails. You're selling clients. You're selling other people clients. You're literally like, here's your next 3 clients, bro. Here, you want 3 clients? Here you go. Like you're selling clients. You're not selling. So once I realized that, I'm like, my posts are going to be me flexing results on X because people will then be like, oh, those results are possible on this platform. And then I'm selling case studies of my clients because they're like, oh, those results are possible. And then I'm also selling X as a platform. So that's why when I quote videos, I'm like, look, this person's doing these video strategy really well. It could work for you if you have a similar business. So that's what kind of, it's like, it's just selling X and my mechanism. I'm not really, I'm selling the result that I'm providing. So that's, once I learned that, like really, I'm just like, content became so easy. Like my last tweet was just, yo, in a screenshot.
Two things that I like to add to that. So number one is your clients, because you're a ghostwriter, they're not going to go like, usually they make money, right? Like they make money, not usually, but period, they make money. So they're going to go to dinner that night. They're not going to say about, look at this guy's Twitter growth analytics, Twitter growth tactics. They're going to show it to someone and be like, yo, there's this guy, Marcos. look at the numbers he's pulling from X. Maybe I've been doing this Instagram thing wrong. I should try this new thing. Like, you gave them insight, which was enough to get them to a purchase. Now, if I could offer some advice, you're free not to take it, but if I could offer some advice is testimonials perform best for me when you provide context. So I can see those numbers, but when I see it, I might go, but that's a 100,000 follower account. Shit don't count. Whereas if you provide how many followers they have or a statistic that makes them compare themselves to that, they will find out, I have the same amount of followers. I don't have this amount of impressions. What am I lacking? This is why I don't provide any testimonial without context, because everybody wants to compare themselves and see how are they doing. And if you provide the context, it makes the testimonial so much more powerful because you can put people in that frame and they can see a clearer gap.
I'm writing the tweet. Doubled this client's audience overnight, so they kind of have context on it. So this client gained 30,000 followers yesterday. He had like 30,000 followers before that. So now if I doubled this client's audience overnight, honestly, I'd love having clients that already have audiences, but so much better because they're just like, it's so much easier. Yeah, Look at this live. I'm writing the tweet live. So if you're listening to this, you could see this tweet. We could see. I'll tell you if I get a client on the next one. So funny enough, you're right too, because in my last sales call today, which I closed, he goes,
Hell yeah.
Well
done.
And and my content is funny because my content is also, it's whale bait. Like, the people who follow me are usually like, I'm looking for like big followers, big name followers. The person who closed was like, oh, I saw this, and this person followed you. And my buddy told me to check out your stuff because you get good results. So it was like word of mouth and the social proof of having the followers, the analytics, and the big name followers of like who follows you, not just how many followers you have, all came. That's how this client individually closed it. The last client that closed last week said, oh, my business partner tagged me in your post. That's like, exactly. So like, it's whale bait, man. Whale bait should be, if you take one thing from this podcast, it's got to be whale bait. I feel like it's the best thing you've ever said.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, whale bait, I think, is, it has enough nuance so that the right people get it and the wrong people completely misunderstand it.
Yeah.
People think that whale bait is about, I'll give you an example. So there's fish and then there's whales. Fish are people who can't pay, whales are people who pay, right? So people think that whale bait is about, instead of just having, I'm a fitness coach, whale bait is, I'm a fitness coach for 7 figures entrepreneurs. They're like, whale bait, bro. 7 figures. Let's roll. But I believe whale bait is not the stuff you put out. I think whale bait is the person you become. You know what's the best move? Most posts bring you like growth and it's hard to relate to sales. I'm going to tell you what is the post that has related to the most sales I have ever done, because I know it. It is my path and my code. When I lay out, this is the content creator and this is the cash creator. And I embodied the personality of the cash creator and I showed them, I fired my team, I split with my business partner, and I'm going solo because I'm not in show business, I'm in business. That's been the post where I've made the most money. People show up to the calls and they reference that post often. Why? Because it was not about putting whale bait. I didn't say, if you make 6 figures, join. I say, this is me. I become the whale bait and you attract people towards you. Whale bait is not something you put out, it's something you become. But because most people don't have confidence in the process, they don't have confidence in who they are and they don't believe in themselves, they can't, because they're a copy of somebody else. And this is why they fail. Because the problem is not the whale bait. The problem is they themselves do not believe in them. And that bleeds into the content. That's why they don't make money.